He has acted responsibly and legally and with integrity.
No, I don't regret what I did.
You're full of... One rule for you, one rule for everyone else.
We did what we were told. Why couldn't you?
Shame on you, resign.
We're hearing that the junior minister for Scotland, Douglas Ross, has resigned.
Alright, I'm going to start this video by making a point. I am apolitical. I don't associate to a certain political party. I respect my right to vote. I do it just based on who has the best policies at the time of voting, what's the best for me. So I am approaching fucking CumGate with an open mind. Oh my god. Right, so where to start? So if you're not British, this is long and short of it. At the end of March, our government put everyone in lockdown, said you have to stay at home. You're allowed to exercise once a day, but everything at home. Pubs, clubs, nightclubs, bars, all shut. Sporting events, just basically, as around the world, we went into lockdown. And we were told, you can't go to a funeral, you can't do this, you can't do that. So then it's turned out in the last week or so that literally the bloke who whispers in Boris's ear all the time, Boris is our Prime Minister, has done the opposite. Yeah. So we're told, no matter what, you stay at home, and especially if you've got symptoms, you stay at home. Well, fucking Dominic Cummings, off he went to Durham, 260-mile trip. Oh, you know, my wife's ill, I'm a bit unwell. Better go across the country to stay at my mum's house. Today I am going to be fixing CumGate. So where has it gone all wrong? Well, it went all wrong for the fact that it was swept under the carpet straight away. As soon as he went, there was no mention of it. People at Boris's press conferences were, where's Dominic, where's Dominic? And it was, you know, no one said anything. And off he went, came back, and it just all unravelled. You know, the media was on it, the press just saying it was in Durham, but he lives in London. So obviously questions got asked, well, why are you telling people to stay home? Because it was literally one of his policies, was telling people you stay at home. And then he's not at home. So it was all a bit of a clusterfuck, and ultimately it ended with a statement. And as I film this is Tuesday. On Monday, Dominic Cummings sat in number 10 and made a statement. And his reason, and this is the main point as well, while he was in Durham, he was seen at a castle 30 miles away. That is like the issue. If you're in Durham, so let's say you've gone to isolate in Durham, which is at the top of the country and he lives at the bottom, but he's in the top, why are you seen at a castle 30 miles away if you're supposed to be isolating with coronavirus symptoms? And his response, fucking brace yourself if you haven't heard it.
The whole point was, no, I had been extremely ill. My vision had been a bit weird. We were all going to go back. My wife said we should drive down the road and you should see if you can actually drive and see if your vision is weird or if you're okay.
His response was that he drove 30 miles to this castle to test his eyesight. He's saying that coronavirus blurred his vision so bad that rather than driving back to London, he had to drive 30 miles to a castle on his wife's birthday. Let's not forget that, on his wife's birthday, to drive to this castle to test if he could see. Now, I'm no fucking medical expert, but if I'm blind, the last thing I do is get in a fucking car and drive. Okay? It's pretty basic. If you can't see, don't get in a weapon that could kill people. So that's like the ultimate. That is like the point. And reporters were just asking him, why did you go there? Why did you go there? And his response, and he's stuck to his guns, bless him, is I couldn't see very well, so I went there to see if I could see. Yeah. And someone who is, again, a senior member of the cabinet called Andrew Gove has gone on on TV this morning and said he too, when he's struggling to see, gets in the car and drives to test it out.
Would you go on a 60-mile round trip to test your eyesight?
I have, on occasions in the past, driven with my wife in order to make sure that what's the right way of putting it?
I'm staggered. I don't know how you're going to get out of this one, but it's going to be fun.
It's staggering. So we're all expected to sit at home when our parents are dying, and we're not allowed to go and see them, anything. But then the moment his kid feels sick, rules don't apply. He can drive off to Durham, drive to the other end of the country. He can go to a castle. He can do what he wants. But then I can imagine if let's say I'm feeling unwell. So I got Nisha in a car. I went to my granddad's. Then I went to my mum's. Then I went down to Nisha's parents. And then we said, let's just go to Whitby for some fish and chips. So I go across England to Whitby, and then came back and post it all on social media. We'd get absolutely slammed for breaking lockdown and doing what we wanted. So why is the government suddenly just like protecting this guy who's done exactly that? So it staggers me. So he's refusing to resign. Boris won't sack him. Conservatives are just coming out and defending him and saying, like Michael Gove said, I too have had eyesight problems and I too have driven a car to see if I see better. I'm fucking stunned. So right, that is the situation. How would I fix this? Resign. It's the only way. Keep your face. Just fucking resign. And I sit there like this morning, one of the Conservative ministers in Scotland has gone. He's just said, I cannot lie to my constituents saying that you are wrong to stay at home and not go to funerals and not mourn the people who've died, and he's right to do what he wants. That is how I'd fix it. There's no long and short about it. If I was Boris, if this was me, Boris Johnson, I'd fire him. Because his position's just not tenable. How can anyone take anything seriously now? Like, the police are meant to check people, make sure you're 2 meters apart. They could just say, I'm just testing my eyesight out. And then the police obviously say, well, no, that's not true. It's like, Liz, I'm testing my eyesight out. I've just come here to have a look. Make sure I can see better. Because it's all right for him, so why can't I do it? It's just, you can't sit there now going, I'm going to implement laws. I'm going to do this. Or everyone has to follow it now because everyone's like, well, no, you don't follow it. So, yeah, Dominic Cummings, CumGate. It's funny as well because hashtag Dominic Cummings isn't allowed on Twitter. Like, it won't show on trending because it says Cummings. But CumGate is fine. So, yeah, just search hashtag CumGate on Twitter. It's all blown up. It just sums up British politics. Like, we've got hashtag CumGate and the Prime Minister's called BJ.